breaking news, Japan unveils a new aircraft carrier, sending shockwaves across the Pacific. It's a historic day as Tokyo's state-of-the-art warship puts China on alert and, honestly, rewrites the rules of regional security. From being a quiet observer to becoming a Pacific power, Japan's maritime leap is sparking a global debate. Is this, maybe, the dawn of a new Asian balance? Experts are weighing in as Tokyo raises its naval flag. The world woke up to this dramatic news. Japan has launched its first true aircraft carrier in decades. The event was broadcast live, with every angle capturing the gray giant slicing through the waves. For many, it's more than just a military milestone. It's a symbol of Japan stepping into a new role. Headlines blazed across screens in Tokyo, Beijing, Washington, and, well, just about everywhere. The Pacific, long dominated by a few big players, suddenly has a new contender. This isn't just a ship, it's a message. Japan's government made it clear. They're ready to defend their interests and their allies. The carrier's presence is a signal, a warning, and a promise to friends and foes alike. Few people expected Japan to move so boldly and, honestly, so soon. For years, Japan's military was known for its restraint. The country's constitution, written after World War II, limits its military actions. Yet, rising threats in the Pacific changed the equation. This carrier's launch wasn't announced far in advance. It caught many experts and governments, well, completely by surprise. The announcement came on a crisp morning. Crowds gathered at the shipyard, their faces filled with pride and curiosity. The Prime Minister spoke firmly about peace, security, and Japan's duty to protect its people. News spread rapidly. Social media buzzed with images of the carrier's massive flight deck and those powerful jets parked in neat lines. As the carrier sailed for the first time, analysts scrambled to figure out what it all meant. Could Japan now project power far from its shores? Was this, maybe, the start of a new arms race? The impact was immediate, and honestly, impossible to ignore. China's government responded within hours. Officials in Beijing called the move provocative and accused Japan of destabilizing the region. State media showed maps, highlighting how the new carrier could operate near sensitive Chinese waters. There was talk of encirclement and containment. The message was clear. China felt threatened. Global reaction came quickly, too. American leaders welcomed the move, calling it a boost for regional security. European allies voiced support, seeing Japan as a partner in upholding international rules. Meanwhile, Russia and North Korea watched closely, issuing their own warnings. Media outlets from Seoul to Singapore debated what might come next. For ordinary people across Asia, the launch was a hot topic. Some saw it as protection. Others worried about rising tensions. The carrier made headlines not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of changing times. The Pacific is home to vital shipping lanes, rich fisheries, and, honestly, growing military power. For decades, the United States Navy ruled these waters, with China rising swiftly behind. Now, Japan's new carrier brings a third strong player to the game. This really changes the security balance in real ways. With its carrier, Japan can respond faster to emergencies, deter threats, and support its allies. This means more patrols in disputed waters and quicker help for partners. China must now think twice before making moves near Japan or its allies. The US, always searching for reliable friends, gains a powerful partner. Other countries in the region, like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Indonesia, are also watching. They may feel more secure, or maybe they're worried about being drawn into bigger conflicts. The carrier is more than just steel and engines. It's a sign that the old balance is, well, gone. So, it's easy to frame this as just another US versus China story. But honestly, the truth is a lot more complicated. Japan's new carrier affects everyone in the region, from small island nations to global trading partners. Take Australia, for example. It has its own concerns about Chinese expansion. South Korea, on the other hand, has to balance ties with both the US and China. Smaller countries rely on the Pacific for trade and fishing. They want peace, but they also need strong partners. Japan's move may encourage some to boost their own defenses, while others might worry about being squeezed between giants. And well, Japan's own history adds even more layers to this story. Memories of World War II still shape opinions across Asia, and not all neighbors are comfortable with a more powerful Japanese military. In the months ahead, diplomacy will be just as important as firepower. At the heart of Japan's new power is the Izumo-class carrier. It was originally designed as a helicopter carrier, but it's been rebuilt for a whole new purpose. Now, it can launch F-35B stealth jets, which are honestly some of the world's most advanced fighters. These planes can take off and land vertically, making them perfect for a ship of this size. The Izumo isn't as large as American carriers, but it really packs a punch. Its radar and defense systems are state-of-the-art. With its aircraft, it can cover vast distances, gather intelligence, and strike targets if needed. Sailors and pilots have trained with U.S. forces, learning how to work together. Japan's Navy has also invested in new destroyers and submarines to protect the carrier, making the whole fleet stronger. The Izumo is, in a way, a symbol of cutting-edge technology and careful planning. The Taiwan Strait is one of the most dangerous flashpoints in the world. It's a narrow stretch of water, just 180 kilometers wide, separating Taiwan from mainland China. Any conflict here would affect the whole region, and honestly, the world. Japan's southern islands lie close to this hot spot. With its new carrier, Japan can monitor this area more closely. It can help protect sea lanes that carry oil, food, and electronics to Japan and beyond. This is vital for global trade. If trouble breaks out, the carrier can launch jets to support allies or rescue citizens. For Taiwan, Japan's move is reassuring. It sends a message that the island is not alone. For China, it's a warning that any attempt to control the strait will face tough resistance. Geography gives Japan both a duty and an advantage. Japan is not acting alone. Its alliance with the United States is stronger than ever. American aircraft, ships, and troops are stationed in Japan. The new carrier will often train with U.S. forces, sharing information and tactics. Australia and South Korea are also important partners. Together, they form a network that can respond to any crisis. Joint exercises show how these countries work together. They share technology, intelligence, and strategies. This unity is a deterrent to any country thinking of challenging the status quo. It also helps keep trade routes open and disaster relief ready. The carrier is a key piece in this puzzle. It allows Japan to take more responsibility for its own defense and to help its friends. As threats grow more complex, alliances are more important than ever. Japan's new carrier is powerful, but it has limits. It's smaller than American and Chinese supercarriers. Its jets are few in number compared to other navies. Japan's laws still restrict some military actions. Public opinion is divided. Not everyone supports a bigger military role. Operating a carrier is expensive and demanding. It requires constant training and upgrades. Japan must also avoid provoking its neighbors too much. Diplomacy and careful planning are vital to avoid misunderstandings. Still, the carrier is a big step. It shows Japan is ready to play a larger role in regional security. The world will be watching how it uses its new power. Japan's aircraft carrier marks a turning point for Asia and the Pacific. For decades, Japan avoided military leadership. Now, changing threats and shifting alliances have forced a new path. The launch of the Izumo carrier is more than just a technical achievement. It is a signal. Japan will defend its interests and support its allies. This move will shape the future. China must rethink its strategy. Allies gain a stronger partner. Smaller nations watch and decide where to stand. The Pacific is no longer a two-player game. It is a complex, shifting field. As Japan sails forward, the region enters a new era. The balance of power has changed, and the world will have to adapt. What comes next is uncertain. But one thing is clear: the Pacific will never be the same.